Hi there, folks. Welcome to week 12, season 4, 2021. We are finishing. Week 13 is around the corner. And after that, we start a brand new year, 2022, in iRacing. So for some reason, the iRacing year starts in December, but we'll gloss over that. Anywho, yeah, if you're watching this not in this season, then I don't know when this appears, but we are at Brands Hatch. I'm amazed that I haven't done a track guide around Brands Hatch yet, but indeed I look back and I haven't done one, so we're doing one this season. And it's a great circuit, to be honest. I absolutely adore it. A lot of fast corners considering we're in a very low grip car. Brilliant fun. Word of warning, be careful on the first 2 laps. Because of these fast corners, it is very easy to face the other way, so be mindful of that. This was done on lovely toasty tyres, and I think I had about 1.5 gallons of fuel in there, so about mid-tank for what we normally run on a Skippy. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that, because obviously lap time in this little Diddy thing is largely dictated by how much fuel you have. Anywho, let's get into this. You don't want to see the camera, you want to see the info. So the setup is a question mark, because this is on the replay, not the actual live recording like I usually do, but the setup will be in my Discord if you choose to have it. It is basically the same setup that I always run. I think I only change it like 2 tracks, and one of them is Zandvoort, which is because of the curbs. Otherwise, I run the exact same setup. Track usage 45% as always. Track temp 85 Fahrenheit. Degrees will be above my head. The reason I show you this is because if you are watching this in a different season, then the track temperature may be different. So I show you what it is. At least then, if the track is hotter, you should go slower. If it's cooler, you should go faster. At least then you've got a bit of a guideline of what to go by. The lap I'm actually going to show you is lap 16, a 138.659. So we were in the 40s, dropped down to 39s, few 38s, and then I knocked in a mid 38, quite nice. So mid to high 38s for me. I'm guessing some of the aliens will be nipping at the 37 lap times. Probably imagine if I ran a few more laps, ran that fuel down a little bit more, we might get there. But yeah, mid 38s to me, I reckon will be good lap pace. And obviously slipstream will be in effect around here, because it does have a surprising back straight, which is quite long, and downhill, which does help the Skippy, because we have about 3 horsepower, which is always fun. Above my head will be my Discord, where I mentioned the setup, OLAP, BLAP, telemetry, and replay file will all be in there if you need it. And there is also a Google Docs link that takes you to a scheduler that I make every single season, so you know what track guides I've done in the past and how they appear for the track guides seasons, whatever it is I've done. So I've done the Formula V, Ferrari, Skippy, fixed GT3 in the Ferrari, because them two combine, and I've also done the Radical. Who knows what I'm doing next season? Probably the F3. Vote is still going on, so if you do want to vote, put it down in the comments. But yeah, it's looking like the F3, to be brutally honest with you. Otherwise, the other screen is how I get into these sessions, so try and make it as accurate as possible. So if you do want to practice before the season starts, then I use the UI, and that's how I do it. Other than that, enough of me waffling, let's crack on with the guide. Right then, Brands Hatch, and it is a short run to turn 1, and what you want to do is be very careful for this one. 100-meter board just after we were braking it, and I take it in 3rd gear. You probably get around to them 4th if you get it absolutely perfect. But you want to aim for the blind apex and actually run it down the hill. You see I changed to 4th there. You can use all of the AstroTurf / concrete bit on the left-hand side. Be very cautious on cold tyres. It is very easy to oversteer off into the gravel trap. Under the bridge, we are heavily braking for this tricky turn 2. It is a hairpin, so we want to brake, start turning in over the crest, and get a nice late apex. Try not to use the curb, because you just get like one wheel spin on the inside. Not very good. And you can use a bit of exit curb, including the little grassy concrete bit. Coming down the hill in turn 3, get up them gears quickly, and there's a little curve just there, if you can just about see it. Stay in 3rd gear, slight graze on brake. Again, be cautious on cold tyres, and you can use all of this bit here. As long as you get on the track quickly enough, it's absolutely fine, not on off track. And now we are coming to turn 4, one of the most important corners on the track, because it leads on to the back straight. So just before the curbing on the right hand side, we are braking, changing down into 3rd and then 2nd. I found this gives better rotation to get this nice late apex. You want to hit the curb about here and then accelerate as hard as you can. Try and stay in 2nd, use all of the revs over the hill, because obviously you're trying to maximize acceleration, and changing gear too early can be bad. Ease it over to the left hand side, and now we're going down a little dip. Slipstream will be a thing down here, but this turn down here is very quick of turn 5. So 50-meter board just before it, brake ever so gradually, change down, be super cautious through here, and get back on the power to keep that rear end from sliding out. You can feel a bit twitchy, and it'll be much slower on cold tyres, so be mindful of that. This corner is very similar, just a little bit slower than the one we've just gone round. So again, 50-meter board, slight graze of the brake, stay in 4th gear if you can, cut the corner as much as you dare. There is an off track on the apex, so be careful of there, and you can run a little bit out wide. Straight line at this bit as much as you can through the shade of the trees here, and we're trying to pick our braking point / lifting point. So before the crest, you want to aim to the right hand side of the track, because this curve appears out of nowhere. So I had a big lift on the throttle. It will need a brake on lap 1 or 2, but yeah, be careful of cutting that corner. Off track again, but you need to do it to get the lap time. 50-meter board, downhill braking, so a little bit before it, all the way down to 3rd gear. It's quite a deceptive corner. It's got cambered, so you can get into that apex and get that car rotated really nicely, but be careful of the curb on the exit. It's a little bit high and it's a little bit narrow, so you can run wide. Last corner now, 50-meter board, brake in a straight line, 4th gear, drop it down to 3rd if you feel more comfortable, but try and run it as smoothly and as quickly as you can and get on that throttle as early as you can, but do not run wide. That is the maximum you want to run wide there, because that grass will spin you the other way quite easily. Because you're still turning, if you put a tyre on the grass, you'll just get dragged out to the left or induce a spin. So yeah, bear that in mind. But that is us across the line. And it's a brilliant track, and I'm surprised it took me this long to get around it, but it's a 138.659, and I think my actually telemetry said 660, so a bit of difference there between what iRacing says and what my telemetry says, but hey ho. Yeah, enjoy this week. I know I'm going to enjoy this week. I do like this track, and I do like the Skippy, so the two go hand in hand quite well. Be cautious on the first few laps. I cannot stress that enough. These fast sweeping corners are not good on cold tyres, particularly with the slippery little car we've got like this. Anyway, I'm going to disappear, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a good week.